Last night, the A's followed the blueprint that Billy Beane set up in the offseason. Step 1, great starting pitching will keep you in the game. Step 2, mix in outstanding defense. Step 3, key situational hitting will lead to run support. And Step 4, complete pitching will close the door. Last night, the A's put it all together and it equaled the win. Today, Brett Anderson takes the mound and will look to follow the same steps as the A's close out the month of April. It's Game 2, A's-Rangers, next. Well, indeed it is. Ricky Henderson bobblehead day at the Overstock.com Coliseum. Fans have waited in line a long time for that right there, and it is a good one. And the man of the hour is in the house, Hall of Famer Ricky Henderson. So he's going to enjoy the bobblehead, and he's going to enjoy today's ball game. It's Game 2 of the 4-game series. Texas Rangers, Oakland A's coming up on Comcast Sportsnet, California. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Oakland A's Baseball. Along with Ray Fosse, I'm Glenn Kuiper. Today, Brett Anderson will take them out, and he will try to duplicate what Trevor Cahill did last night. Ray, last 2 starts for Brett Anderson, just 1 earned run in 15 innings.
You know, the breaking ball has been outstanding once again for Brett Anderson. I think the biggest key for him, he's healthy. When he's healthy, he has a breaking ball that right-handers cannot see, and lefties, he's doing a lot better against them with that same type of breaking ball. But against the Red Sox, he owns them, and then against the Seattle Mariners, just a tremendous job as a lefty. But the key for him, the changeup, the curveball, the fastball, all of his pitches, and if he stays healthy, it's just one of those, how much better can he get? Curveball, there's no doubt, is the pitch that enables him to strike out all the batters, especially the right-handers, throwing it to the back foot.
Now for the Texas Rangers, Michael Young, kind of in the midst of some controversy in the offseason, not necessarily his fault, but the fact is, a lot of people thought the Rangers would trade him. Now he's still a Ranger, and he's 5th in the AL in hitting.
Well, he is the face of this Rangers organization. Not surprising that they worked it out. Ron Washington does a very good job with all of his players. He talked to Michael Young. He wanted him in the lineup. He's at first base today. He's always going to be an outstanding hitter. He goes to the opposite field as well as anybody in baseball, and that's why Ron Washington wants him in the lineup. Wherever he is, the DH or playing defense, he's definitely going to be in the lineup.
So the A's won last night 3-1. They will try to make it 2 in a row over the first place Texas Rangers. We'll have lineups and first pitch when we come back to the Overstock.com Coliseum.
A's Baseball on Comcast Sportsnet California is brought to you by AT&T and by Toyota. Check out the great deals at your local Toyota dealer today.
Now the A's take the field for Game 2 of this 3-game series. Rangers Athletics. A's winning last night by a final score of 3-1. Let's take a look at the lineup for the Texas Rangers for this afternoon. Kinsler at second, Andrus at short, Michael Young will play first base, and then Adrian Beltre, Nelson Cruz, Mike Napoli is the DH, Murphy's in center, Torey Alba, and Mitch Moreland.
2 wins on the season for Brett Anderson. 1 win against the Rangers in his career. 6 starts for the left-hander. The 1 win came here at the Coliseum. So on Ricky Henderson bobblehead day, hey, how about getting a win for Brett Anderson on Ricky, who joins us. Ricky, you threw a strike, man. It's like old times. Put a uniform on. You could probably play today, right?
I probably can go out there and try to play, maybe trick him a little bit. But.
Well, you can trick him.
Mm-hmm. The Ricky's got a busy day today, so we thought we'd get you in here and lead things off.
Oh, that's great. It's a beautiful day today, and it's good to send the peoples out, and they come out and try to see my head do a little bobbing around.
What do you think? Did you like it?
Oh, I like it. It was real good. They did a good job on it.
Came in today, of course, they had the lines all the way out the Coliseum. 20,000. They were here first, foremost, early this morning. Make sure they got in line.
Kuzminoff was able to get on his feet and throw out Kinsler. Kinsler thought he was safe, but that's how this ball game starts.
Kinsler very aggressive, and Kuz down to his knees, but what a quick recovery and a nice short hop, actually a long hop, which helped Derek Barton be able to come up with it. Ricky, what was it like for you leading off? We see so many guys. Kinsler hit some home runs and lead off, but I mean, you've got the record for the most leadoff home runs. I mean, you could walk and steal a base, or 2 bases. You could hit a home run. So when you were hitting, how much of an advantage was that for you?
I think it was a big advantage for me because they really didn't want to walk me. They didn't want to put me on the base pad because they know that I can steal 1 or 2 bases and be in scoring position. So a lot of time they was trying to get ahead of the count. They seemed to groove the pitcher, and a lot of time in my zone, when I got a pitch in my zone, I seemed to drive the ball.
And that zone, a crouch, and you knew the strike zone. You had the reputation where umpires, anything close is going to call it a ball. So you had a lot of advantages leading off or just hitting in general. I mean, you're a great hitter, but having all those things work in your favor had to definitely help you.
Yeah, it helped a lot. And based on being patient, too. I think based on what I learned how to hit with 2 strikes, being a lot more patient. I seem to take a lot more pitches. Umpire seems to give me the close calls. And a lot of time, I set up the pitcher based on what is the count. If I can get him deep in the count and give my hitters a chance to look up at what he's throwing the ball.
And when you got on base, could you tell if you had a pitcher flustered right away?
Yeah, because when I get on base, I want to draw the attention to the pitcher. I want to make sure the pitcher know that I'm on the base pad instead of just worry about the hitter. I basically want him to worry about what I'm doing on the base pad and try to screw up deliver towards the plate.
I can remember one time, and if our good friend the late Bill King were here, he would agree with me. Eric Plunk was pitching here, and you got on second with the Yankees. And you had him so flustered, I didn't think he was ever going to throw the ball. I mean, you kept dancing off, and he'd look back at you and step off. Throw the ball, Eric. If he's going to steal, he's going to steal. It doesn't make any difference. But that one time really stands out. But stealing and sliding head first. There was an article just recently about guys getting hurt sliding head first. You were able to do it without injuries. How were you able to do it?
I think based upon being able to be low to the ground. I think a lot of guys is not, when they get ready to go head first, they're so high on the ground, they seem to pound it, and their hands go directed down into the base, and it seem like they break a finger, jam the finger, or something like that, or they seem like jam their shoulder up. So based on I was trying to get as low as I can to the ground and make sure that I don't be able to jam my hands into the ground.
So when you see one of these guys sliding head first and sailing through the air, you probably cringe a little bit.
I do. I think that that's a way to get hurt. I think a lot of runners, that makes them get hurt that way. And then again, it puts so much pounding on their body, based upon hitting the ground so hard. And
the A's will get the out at first as Andrus stopped, and that made LaRoche hesitate a little bit.
He's got to run him. Got to run him back. Here's Ricky. You're probably a good pilot too, right? Taking that landing low, and your hands come up as you hit the bag.
Yes. When I got used to, getting down low to the ground, and I really did go up to a pilot and asked him about his flying techniques.
He probably learned from you, huh?
No, he probably learned from me, because I think one time we went into Chicago and we had that bad turbine, and we had a rough time landing.
Now that's a conversation I would like to hear. Ricky asking a pilot. Now about this flying thing. Now I think I got a pretty good idea how it works.
Can you help me out?
You had a good point.
Anders got a huge jump. They were not holding him at second base. And what do you think, Ricky?
When they're not paying no attention to you and you get a jump like that, you automatically go steal the base.
That one's driven to left down the line, and it is going to one-hop the wall, and the Rangers are going to take a 1-0 lead. Adrian Beltre with the RBI double.
Well, they took a strike, let him steal third, and Beltre, hits last night, or at least not in the crucial situation, but this time left it up and he smoked it. Try to go inside, you make a mistake. That's usually for Ricky a home run, but this was a double down the line. Now, we were just in Anaheim, and I pulled up an article about Rod Carew stealing a home. He was the last true stealer of home, where he'd come down the line. Of course, a lot of guys went in the windup. Did you ever steal home? Straight steal?
Straight steal. I stole about 2 or 3 times. But a lot of time nowadays, when I was stealing so many bases, the pitcher never went into his windup. He always went into the stretch. So it's sort of difficult to steal home when they're in the stretch.
Yeah. Now, you were talking about the head first slide and staying low. Can you teach sliding head first? Something that, and maybe you could explain what you're doing in the minor leagues and teaching base running, base stealing, but can you teach that, or how do you teach it?
I think based on, you can teach it based on how they, to me, I think it's how they getting down, getting a little lower to the ground. I think the biggest thing is teaching them for that last step, push down, or get a little lower to the ground when they're going to go into their slide.
Little pop-up, shallow right field. Jackson coming in, and he caught it. Saved a run. Well, Ricky, I know you got a busy afternoon. Thanks for stopping by and leading things off for us. We appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Leadoff hitter.
All right. Thank you.
So Ricky Henderson joining us on Ricky Henderson Bobblehead Day at the Coliseum. 1-0. Game time weather brought to you by the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. The admission is free. The boardwalk is open for spring break April 16th until May 1st, which is tomorrow. Nice day, 75 degrees, lots of sunshine. It is pretty breezy out. But outside of that, a pretty good day for baseball. Saturday afternoon.
You know, it was breezy last night, but it was colder.
It was cold last night.
At least with the breeze today, it makes it a little bit bearable, more bearable.
But you could have a short sleeve shirt on today and you'd be okay.
As long as you're in the sun. And we're not.
Bottom of the first. David DeJesus steps in against the big right-hander Colby Lewis. First pitch to strike. So it was, as always, fun to talk to Ricky Henderson. Wish we could do it more. It is his bobblehead day.
And it's too bad a lot of guys can't learn the proper way of sliding. Most of them are going to go head first anyway. But what Ricky said, there's a lot of truth to it. The lower you are to the ground, and it's just like an airplane landing. You know, you don't want to fall in and hurt yourself or bump around.
Cruz near the track. He's got it. Here's the rest of the Texas Rangers lineup, or excuse me, the Oakland A's lineup. You saw DeJesus, and then Barton, Jackson, Willingham, Matsui, Suzuki, Kuzmanov, LaRoche at second, and then Pennington is the shortstop.
Colby Lewis starting for the Texas Rangers, second year, and he started against the A's last year 6 times. And had a lot of success, not only during the season, postseason as well, but a good sign for the Texas Rangers.
So, Ray, it says on the stat sheet that Derek Barton's average is 207, but we know now it's 218. Right. Will you tell us why, please?
Well, fortunately, Chuck Dibdahl, his official scored. I don't know if I was supposed to mention his name, but I did. He made the change, and I think it was a good call because
it was the ball to the center
fielder that Bobone turned his back to the infield, and the ball hit in his glove, and it dropped, and it was a double. Or at least called an error initially, and he scored, which made it unearned, but it was changed after the game, after discussion, and rightfully so. I think a very good change on that particular one. Because anytime an outfielder turns his back to the infield, he's looking over his shoulder, that's a tough play. And whether or not he misjudged it, and regardless, when it popped out of his glove, it should have been a base hit.
Colby Lewis handles the comebacker, and that is out number 2. Colby Lewis, and this is the defense behind this today. Cruz in left, Murphy in center, Moreland in right, Beltre, Andrus, Kinsler, Young, Michael Young. 4th career game at first base. And Torrealba once again behind the plate.
Now, while Derek Barton is happy, C.J. Wilson is disappointed because he gets an earned run added to his totals from last night. That run would have been unearned had it remained an error, but it was changed, so it is an earned run.
First pitch to Connor Jackson is outside. But talking about Ricky Henderson, we've talked to him the last couple of years, and he always says something that's interesting that I guess only he would know. He's the all-time stolen base leader. But he was talking about getting low, going into the head first slide, and he talked about the last step you make before you start going down into that slide. He said that's the most important one, which I thought was interesting. And if you think about it, it makes total sense.
Yeah. Well, the one thing that he has said in the past, which is the most important thing I've ever heard him say, is that he always stole on the pitcher.
You like that one, didn't you?
And most good base stealers would say that exact thing.
Pop-up shallow center field. Kinsler racing out, and it's going to fall for a hit. Jackson with a 2-out single.
Ricky Henderson taking the mound, throwing out the first pitch to Coco Crisp, and he's thrown so hard it pushed him back. Good to see Coco catching the first pitch. He is available today, although not in the starting lineup. Said he probably will be playing tomorrow. And He said he could have stayed in the game when he hurt his quad in Anaheim, but you hurt yourself. You don't want to stay in and be a hero. You want to get out, get attention, and if it means missing a couple of games versus a month, you take it.
So Josh Willingham hits. 8 hits in his last 21 at-bats for Willingham. 2 for 4 last night, and the RBI double. Rangers with a RBI double from Adrian Beltre in the first inning. So 1-2 the count. On deck, Hideki Matsui just underway from the Coliseum. So we were talking about the Barton double. So the A's, instead of having 8 hits last night, they had 9, and they had 4 doubles in the game. Runner goes, throw to second base is late, and that's a Connor Jackson stolen base.
They got a great jump on Kobe Lewis, and Toyama bounced the throw. Kinsler taking the ball in front of the bag. All this worked in benefit for Connor Jackson, who for some reason looked back as he was running. There are 2 outs, 2 strikes on the hitter, and so if contact is made, it doesn't matter, you just keep running. But when you look back, we saw Rajay Davis do that when he was here and stealing second in a straight steal. And looking back, and anytime you change the direction of your head, it's going to slow you down. Maybe not much, but maybe just enough to get thrown out. Well, a great camera work. Watch as he takes off and looks back there. You ever ride a bike and turn around and look, see what happens, See what?
Yeah, you want me to tell you what happened?
That's why I brought it up.
That's right. Down he goes.
Because when you turn, all of a sudden your whole body
Exactly.
turns and the bike turns with you. But same motion with the head.
But indeed, it's going to slow you down.
Yeah.
They
Can't help
probably
it.
can't help themselves.
Now you think about Peter Borges running with his technique. I mean, I'm not putting Connor Jackson in his category, but that when he runs, his head's down and leaning forward.
Yep.
And he is fast. So it's the little things, but something that, especially with 2 outs, 2 strikes, 2 outs, you don't even worry about the 2 strikes. If contact's made, don't have to worry about it.
Willingham pops it up to right. Mitch Moreland got the shades on, and he makes the catch. Side retired. A's strand a runner. So we're headed to the second inning, 1-0 Texas. 1-0 Rangers, second inning. It'll be Napoli, Murphy, and Torrealba against Brett Anderson. First pitch outside. A's come in with a 13-13 record, 5-5 at home, 8-8 on the road. And they are 5-6 against the AL West so far this year. Rangers, on the other hand, 15-11, and they're 4-6 on the road, 11-5 at home, and they've lost 4 out of their last 5. Before coming here, they lost 3 out of 4 to the Blue Jays, and then, of course, lost last night. And the Angels lost today. The Rays won 2-1. Game just went final.
I think it was a walk-off.
It was a walk-off wild pitch is what it was.
It's a walk-off.
Yeah, it is a walk-off. So the Angels with the loss now 15-12. So technically right now the Rangers have a half-game lead. 3-1 pitch outside, and it's a leadoff one.
The Dodge Charger keys to the game. A's 1, Rangers nothing, and that's, of course, first of 19 games was last night. Anderson excellent in his last start at Overstock. That was against the Boston Red Sox. And yes, still a few for Rick. Connor Jackson's already done that with 1 on the bottom, but unfortunately, first inning was not able to score. Brett Anderson, for the first time this year, has walked 2 batters in a game. And for the first time, it happened in the first inning that a walk scored.
Just 6 walks total. And that includes the 2 today. Murphy takes a strike. Anderson with the 1.56 ERA coming into the game, 3rd best in the American League. Roll just foul. Well, we always talk about it, and it's fitting again this year, Ray. Left-handers hitting .346 against Anderson, right-handers 169.
But he is getting better against the lefties. I don't think he's facing as many, but at one time the opposing clubs would put a lot of lefties in against him because the splits, as they call them. But his breaking ball is better. His positioning on the pitching slab is better, and it's helping him control the breaking pitch, especially against the lefties.
Today, Murphy in the batter's box and Moreland are the 2 lefties in the lineup. Got him swinging. Ball in the dirt. So that's the first strikeout.
The catcher.
Well, it wasn't the breaking ball either. Fastball down, out of the strike zone, but maybe Murphy decided to see a fastball. But a couple of very good sliders thrown by Anderson to the left-hander to set up a pitch out of the strike zone.
So here's Torrealba with Napoli still at first. Torrealba was 1 for 4 last night. Had a single, also hit into a double play. A little bit low, 2-0. Most of the action in the American League night games. The Yankees and the Blue Jays just started. Jays won, Yankees nothing in the second inning, and then the Rays win over the Angels. That's it for the American League during the day. Two and 1 to Torrealba, short lead by Napoli at first, and now 3-1. inside. He walked him. That was a close pitch. Torrealba watched it go by.
Now Ron Romanek's going to visit with his left-hander, and anytime Anderson walks 3, much less, well, he moved back. That doesn't mean it was out of the strike zone. There's no doubt last night with Kerwin Danley behind the plate, as on both teams were a little bit upset with the strike zone. And really the whole idea about speeding up a game is make the hitter swing the bat. Which, what do? You call strikes.
Right fielder,
but it seems like it's just the opposite.
18, Mitch Moreland.
Paul Nauert is behind the dish today. So the 9th place hitter, Mitch Moreland, steps in. Moreland was 2 for 4 last night. That one's low.
That fan's right. Come on, Blue. You got to give him something.
Curveball, and Moreland just got a piece of it.
Well, to see this day, beautiful day, not a cloud in the sky, can understand why A's play so well during daytime baseball, especially at the Coliseum. Couldn't ask for a more perfect day. A lot of people out to get the Ricky Henderson bobblehead. No doubt some disappointed because it seems to be more than 20,000 on hand today.
Strike called on the inside corner.
Kurt wants it inside with a fastball, got the location and got the call from Paul Nauert.
Breaking ball stays a bit high to even the count. Another curveball. Moreland swings and misses. So a couple of walks, a couple of strikeouts here in the 2nd inning.
Well, the 2 lefties you mentioned both striking out, one on a fastball, Murphy, and back-to-back curveballs to Moreland. And a good one. Kind of started at him, broke it over the plate. Nothing for Moreland to do except swing, try to make contact, and none was there.
So top of the order, and Ian Kinsler. Kinsler hit kind of a soft line drive that Kuzminov knocked down, picked it up, and then was able to throw him out at first. There's a strike. Kinsler thought he beat it, but replays show that he was out. Driven foul. So 1-2. Anderson ahead of Kinsler.
Well, we've not seen the signature pitch, the hard slider down and in from Brett Anderson. Maybe now, if he could throw it, he has a pitch he could waste. 1-2, and we get Kinsler to swing over the hard slider down and in. Coach Suzuki always very good at blocking those pitches.
Stays up and away. Anderson threw 16 pitches in the 1st inning. He's thrown 24 here in the 2nd inning. Curve a little more hittable than Anderson would like.
Let's change up the signs, guys. And Pennington coming in. A catcher really has to watch the runner at second base just in case. Napoli a catcher also, so he might be able to try to pick up the sequence of signs and find a way to relay them to the hitter. Not that he was doing it, but maybe Kurt Suzuki thought so.
Did he go? Yes, he did. 3 strikeouts, 2 walks for Brett Anderson. A busy inning, but the Rangers do not score. Bottom of the second coming up. 1-0 Texas. You by AT&T, who are the only 2 players in MLB history to have more than 1 season with 100 stolen bases. Just 2 guys. Bottom of the second inning, the Rangers with a 1-0 lead. Colby Lewis gave up a hit in the first. He'll face Matsui, Suzuki, and Kuzminov. Connor Jackson with a 2-out single. Jackson then stole the base.
So we know Ricky's won. We've got a couple of guys that come to mind. I don't think that Tim Rock Raines did.
I don't think he did. Vince Coleman get there?
Vince
Yeah.
Coleman's thinking about him.
Two 2-0 to Matsui. And he takes a fastball in first strike. Matsui's got great numbers against Colby Lewis. 5 for 10 with 2 homers and 2 walks. Rolls that one foul. Matsui with the combined numbers in the States and in Japan, 495 home runs. Shallow left field where Cruz comes in. Andrus is out, and it's going to be the shortstop, Elvis Andrus. 1 out here in the second. Here's our Farmers Insurance report card. Ricky Henderson, Major League Baseball records that he holds. Of course, stolen bases, but also runs, leadoff home runs, steals in a single season, unintentional walks, and a one-man wrecking crew in the 1989 ALCS. what Ricky said about the walks, the all-time walks, which Bonds has. But he was like, well, I should have that. I mean, he's got it because of all the intentional walks,
exactly.
which isn't Bonds' fault, but there's, you can see Ricky's point a little bit. So the unintentional walk.
That's a good way to put it.
That's right. Pop-up foul.
But there's no doubt as a leadoff hitter, and just as he explained, he had the crouch and knowledge of the strike zone, a reputation for the umpires to force the pitcher to throw strikes. Anything close, it went Ricky's way, and you decided you don't want to walk him, he'd hit a home run. That's a bad combination when you're facing him. But when you're it's your guy, it's great.
So, and if he gets on first, he's going to drive you crazy, and then he's going to steal a base after he drives you crazy.
That Eric Plunk time, I swear. I don't think Eric ever wanted to throw the ball because he figured once he did, Rick was going to steal. He's going to steal anyway.
You might as well just throw it.
Just throw it.
Left field and deep. Cruz is looking up, and that baby is gone. Suzuki homers, and we're tied.
Malia. One for Daddy. Got a ribby last night and a home run today. Got him last year right here on July the 28th. A solo home run. A few guys hit a home run off of him. This is a hanging breaking ball, and Kurt jumped on it. A high hanger and a great swing from the new Daddy. Clean shaven and all. Beautiful afternoon for the ball to carry into the seats. You got it like that.
So we're tied, and here's Kuzminov. Look at that. 9 home runs allowed by Colby Lewis. That is a lot. 9 home runs in 23 innings. Spins Kuzminov out of the way, and that was head high.
Oh, that was right at his head. Boy, fortunately, Kuz turned away, but look at the location of this ball. I mean, that is another couple of inches inside and face. Oh, that's scary.
Kuzminov, on the next pitch, strikes out.
Can't see this enough. Hanger, and it sounds great. Just kept carrying over the out-of-town scoreboard. Fan missed it, but that's all right. It was high enough. And a tie game.
So here's Andy LaRoche. Fastball a little bit inside to LaRoche, who's playing second base today.
Markel is just a little bit under the weather. That's all.
It's a base hit. LaRoche got a breaking ball and lined it into center. Third hit for the A's.
And he keeps throwing the slider and he keeps hanging it. The guys are going to keep hitting it. Good swing by LaRoche, who's not played a lot lately, but this is what he did all spring and has done so far for the A's, and that's just take a pitch right back up the middle instead of trying to pull it. Got about 6 different looks of facial hair. Alley, of course, available today if necessary.
LaRoche was in the original lineup at third base, but then the change was made. Kuzminov went into third, and LaRoche is then over to second. There's a strike to Cliff Pennington. 237 with a homer and 6 RBIs. Pennington 1 for 4 last night. Fastball just a bit low. Kobe Lewis, like Brett Anderson, throwing a lot of pitches. 36 pitches so far in the game.
Just an interesting note on Kobe Lewis giving up the home run to Kurt Suzuki, the two players who have taken advantage of the maternity leave for players.
That's right.
Kobe Lewis was the first, and Kurt Suzuki was the second. Lewis, I think, took longer time, but as a starting pitcher, really, if it works out, he can make the start, go on maternity leave for 3 days, have the baby, and his wife had the baby and come back. But for Kurt Suzuki, missed just one game because of the off day on Thursday. So there they are, the new proud papas.
Change up, not great location, but swing and a miss. It was a little up.
Kobe Lewis knows, and if he's given up 9 home runs, they've been on pitches like this, that while they got the swing and miss, it's still a location that's dangerous from a pitcher standpoint.
Cruz racing in on the move. He gets there. Side retired. Kurt Suzuki with his second home run of the year. So we head to the third, and this ball game is tied at 1. The A's and the Rangers tied at 1, top of the third. Elvis Andrus after the first pitch shoots one into right field for a base hit. So leadoff man aboard for the second inning in a row. Here's our true story brought to you by McDonald's. May 1st, 1991, Ricky Henderson breaks Lou Brock's record, 939 career stolen bases. He did it right here at the Coliseum.
20 years tomorrow. Lou Brock on hand for probably 3 weeks, waiting for Ricky to do it.
So wait a little while, huh?
Yes, he did. Homestand and one on the road.
Left center, and that's deep. Willingham's back, and it is gone. Michael Young's first home run of the year. 3-1 Rangers.
And unfortunately, Brett Anderson's first that he's given up. So that quickly. So Brett Anderson walking 2 more than he had in any one game, and now he gives up his first home run. And quick pitch, little slide step, and I think he knew it. So Michael Young, Ron Washington said, get him in the lineup any place just as long as his bat's in there, and he's at first base today, and Fortunately, 2 pitches, 2 hits. A's down by 2.
So Young, not necessarily a big power hitter, but he can hit you 15 to 20. Lots of doubles. So Andrus a single, Young the home run. That's the 34th home run that the Rangers have hit this year. That's the second most in the American League. Pennington knocks it down, picks it up, throws, and they get Beltre. Nice play by Cliff Pennington. A hard hit ball.
Well, that's the beauty of having a strong arm. Beltre smoked an 0-2 pitch.
Number 17.
But Cliff Pennington
Nelson
dropped it, but
Cruz.
watch out, just flat-footed, lets it go, and a nice stretch by Derek Barton at the other end. And excellent play, robbing Beltre of a base hit. Stayed close enough, stayed with it, and threw it very strongly across the line.
First pitch to Nelson Cruz is a strike. Cruz got off to a very hot start this year. We showed you last night 4 home runs in the first 4 games of the season, but he has cooled off since then. Cruz last year 3 times to the disabled list. So they played in 108 games, but still hit 22 home runs, had 78 RBIs. So he was good when he was healthy. He hit 318.
Both hamstrings.
Yeah.
Injured both of them, put him on the disabled list.
Chops this one. LaRoche at second base has it. So 2 outs. And Mike Napoli will hit.
Now batting, number 25, Mike Napoli.
Like Ray said, if you're in the sunshine, it's a beautiful day, a little cool in the shade. Napoli walked in the second inning. Lots of power. I've seen plenty of that over the years. 20 home runs in 08, 20 in 09, 26 last year.
And it's going to help Mike Napoli at the ballpark in Arlington as the jet stream in right center. That's where his power is. They showed it in Anaheim. It could take the ball out of any part of the park. In Arlington, this is the view corridor in right field here at the Coliseum, but the right center area, it is a jet stream.
Missed somewhere. So 3-1 the count. And that one's a little bit low. So a couple of very close pitches. And that is walk number 4 by Brett Anderson.
Something about this crew, they don't like the low strike. Saw Kerwin Danley last night that messed up the pitchers with the low strike that wasn't called.
Number 7,
Paul Nahr today
David Murphy.
not helping them out either. So maybe it's a crew thing.
Never heard it put that way, but you could be right. Runner goes, and he is out at second base. So Napoli is retired, but Michael Young does some damage. The 2-run homer, 3-1 Rangers. 100 stolen bases. Ricky Henderson 3 times. Vince Coleman 3 times.
Got lucky, didn't we?
Vince Coleman. Always in the shadows of Ricky Henderson, but a premier base stealer. He was.
Well, it's always Tim Raines. That's why, even though he didn't reach the century mark, but Tim Raines and maybe even a possible Hall of Famer because of what he did throughout his career, and unfortunately towards the end, a couple of injuries, and he was diagnosed with lupus at the end. But you know, still a tremendous player. He really enjoyed his time here in Oakland.
Again, one of those guys where, if he played in New York or Boston, remember he played in Montreal for a long time.
Exactly.
And he played on good teams in Montreal.
In Chicago, the White Sox, where we got a chance to see him in the American League quite a bit. But when you're overshadowed by the greatest all-time base stealer, then sometimes it's tough to be put in that category.
One and one the count to DeJesus, to top of the order for the A's. Run for the A's, Kurt Suzuki's second home run of the year last inning.
They're still pitching up in the zone. Maybe the A's can take advantage of the high pitches as Suzuki did, and this beautiful day and the way the ball's carrying, which always carries better in day baseball here.
Well, there's no secrets here, Ray. Colby Lewis made 6 starts against the A's last year. He won just 1, had a decent ERA, 3.3 against the Athletics. So they saw plenty of him. Bounce toward Kinsler, gets a nice hop.
Fans, bring your kids out to the Coliseum tomorrow for the game against the Rangers. Bobblehead today, and 7,500 kids tomorrow. 14 and under will get an A's player magnet set presented by Comerica Bank. Now, these are always great. Put them on your refrigerator. Put a piece of metal up in your bedroom. Set features Brett Anderson, Trevor Cahill, and Andrew Bailey for tickets. Why?
Nothing.
You need metal to put a magnet on, man.
I understand. I'm just listening.
Call 877-493-BALL or go to oaklandathletics.com/tickets. Sure, you did that when you were a kid. Give me a piece of metal so I can put these magnets in my bedroom. You don't want them just on the refrigerator.
Oh, I agree. I'm going to do it anyway. I'm an adult, and I'm going to just put it right there. It'll go over well.
Jack said, "Daddy, give me that."
Yeah.
I like what Uncle Ray said.
Yeah. He's a fan of Uncle Ray. Martin chases a high one, and it's popped up on the infield. Fighting the sun is Beltre, and he makes the catch. This is, I would say, Ray, well known for having a tough sun, right? The Coliseum?
No doubt. Beltre, Gold Glove, third baseman. I got it using his hand till the ball came out of the sun. See the hand, he's kind of shading his eyes until he finds the baseball. He kind of stays with it, telling Elvis Andrus that he has it to get out of my way. And why not? But you see the glasses, those are the wraparounds. Still say the flip down sunglasses have the best as far as shading the sun. And the technique, of course, and having them underneath the bill of your cap, and you flip them down. You find the ball first, flip them down, and then you use them to shade your eyes. But more guys now use the flip or the wraparound sunglasses. Let's ask Steve Vucinich if they even manufacture the flip down sunglasses anymore.
Well, you don't see them a whole lot, do you?
Sunglasses, just the eye black for Ian Kinsler. Right side, though, it's not as bad because they have a better angle. The sun is usually over the first base dugout area into left field. Of course, as the season progresses, that will change. Early in the season is tough. Murphy with the wraparound. I mean, if you're going to be out there, you might as well look cool. Those flip downs, although they're the best, maybe don't look as good.
You may have something there. You're right. I can't think of anybody. That was the only thing you guys wore in the 70s, right?
That's the only thing they did. Yeah, they are.
One?
Yeah.
But there's a little style to those babies, too.
I think Mark Ellis wears the flip.
Does he?
Yeah.
Little dribbler. It's a fair ball. Beltre flips it across, and Connor Jackson's retired. So Colby Lewis, a 3-up, 3-down inning. Some people just look good in whatever they wear, and that includes a 3-1 Rangers, top of the 4th inning. Murphy leading it off. Murphy, Torrealba, Moreland, the bottom 3 in the order. Murphy struck out in the 2nd inning. 3 strikeouts for Anderson. They all came in that 2nd inning.
The 4 walks ties a career high twice in 09. Red Sox and Tigers, they walk 4 in a game. But this year, only 1, no more than 1 in a game until today. For some reason, just missing some of his pitches.
Bounce past the mound, and Pennington's there. And that is out for 1. Here's our Ford right choice. This is the 1976 Major League Baseball draft. That is the draft Ricky Henderson was in. 96th player taken. You could probably make a pretty good argument, Ray. He should have been first, right? Floyd Bannister was first, left-handed pitcher. And some names of note on there. Ricky Henderson. Larry Jones was picked right before in the 4th round, and Mark Bingham.
You think maybe some of the scouts thought Rick was going to play football?
It's a good call.
He's a great football player and signed out of high school. Maybe he thought he was going to college.
So 4th round. Well, the guy's first ballot Hall of Famer, then he should have been the first pick.
Yeah.
Oh, 0-1 to Yorvit Torrealba.
I was telling me yesterday about a player, a pitcher, I guess, college this year throws hard, but he's only about 5'8", 5'9", 170 pounds. How about Tim Lincecum, Tim Hudson? I mean, you can't look at the size of someone.
Not anymore.
And determine whether they're going to be major league players or not. And you go back to '76 when Ricky was playing. You know, the draft had only been around for 11 years.
Yeah.
You know, that was started in '65. So it's a big difference in the way we looked at players. And Alan Trammell wasn't a bad choice. You know, I think he was second.
Now batting, number 18.
So the one-out hit by Torrey Alba.
You know, all teams could look at, well, geez, we passed on that guy and looked the way he played. But it happens. It has happened for as long as the draft has been around. Before that, of course, players could sign with whatever team really offered the most money prior to the 65, the first year of the draft.
Moreland takes a strike. It hit him? It did. By a lot. But enough to put 2 on with 1 out. So it's going to be another stress inning for Brett Anderson.
Kinsler.
Just ticked off his right quad, and like you said, it didn't really hurt him, but just enough to graze the uniform. Suzuki had set up inside with the fastball after good breaking ball, but the control of Brett Anderson today is not as great as we have seen. Maybe he just assumed that this is the Red Sox. These guys from Red Sox uniforms. Because he's been unbelievable against them. Rangers, not so good.
So top of the order, and Kinsler. Good curve there, drops in for a strike. Kinsler 0 for 2, a ground out and a strikeout. It's a high pop-up. Shallow right center. That's a tough play. DeJesus coming in, and he cannot make the play. Everybody's going to be safe, and the bases are going to be loaded. Well, it was no man's land. You could tell right when it went up, right in that short right center field area.
It looked like Andy LaRoche had the best shot at it. You can see how far DeJesus had to run, and must have called him off because LaRoche did peel away from the play. And then for David to have to go into the slide. And you notice one thing, too, as shallow as that was, infield fly rule was not called.
Yeah,
which,
right.
you know, you have the infielder going out, but it was not called. And the ball kept drifting, and now all of a sudden a gift base hit for Kinsler, and here we go with the bases loaded.
And that's the umpire's judgment.
That's right.
Is it a routine play? If it is, then it's an infield fly. They will call it. 1-0 to Elvis Andrus. Bounces it back to Anderson. He's got it. He throws home for 1. Back to first. Double play. So the A's get out of it. Bottom of the 4th coming up. 3-1 Texas.
Friend, double play, even better, a 1-2-3 double play. Ground ball pitchers Brett Anderson to Suzuki, and completion of the double play. But watch Elvis Andrus as he's running inside the line. He's interfering really the throw. Kurt Suzuki. Well, it's really interesting the way he puts up his hands and he doesn't want to get himself hit. Well, if he ran in the baseline the way he should have, he shouldn't have had to worry about it. But there's a case where Andrus, I don't want to get hit, but he's running inside the baseline clearly. And you could say if Martin had not caught the ball, he could have been called out for interference anyway, because they have a baseline path they're supposed to run in. Always remember an umpire saying, when you see a runner hit him in the back, it's automatic out because he's going to be out on the base path. That's if your control is good enough that you can hit him. I didn't want to take a chance. But that's another judgment call on the home plate umpire, with the runner running inside the line.
Left field, hit pretty well. Cruz near the wall, and it is off the top of the scoreboard, and that's a home run. Willingham gets the A's a little bit closer. It's 3-2.
Designated hitter, number 55.
So home run number 4 for Josh Willingham.
First, it's the 10th of April, and the third time this year the A's have hit 2 in a game. Willingham, part of the other one, or one of the other, that was with Matsui. And another home run against Kobe Lewis.
10.
That's a great swing. That uppercut swing with a fastball, try to get him in, and missed the location, and he crushed it.
10 home runs allowed in 25 innings.
Well, they could say Kobe Lewis has 2 solos, which a lot of truth to it. Not putting runners on for the
Kinsler on the backhand, flips on the run, and that's a nice play. Matsui's retired.
Watch him pull the hands in. Does such a great job, and a little bit of an uppercut there. And I think Kobe Lewis has seen this enough. That pitcher up again. Fastball up and in, and he just dropped the head up and let it go. Boy, that's a great extension, and the sound even better. Thought it's going to be deeper than what it was, but definitely deep enough to circle the bases. They have not done enough of that this year. It's a low handshake.
13. That's how many home runs the A's have now with their 2 today. Suzuki belts one to center. Murphy's going back, and Murphy's going to get there. 2 outs. Well, Kobe Lewis last year, he had a pretty good year last year. 201 innings pitched, 21 home runs. So
Now batting, third baseman, number 5.
Baseball math.
Kevin.
Give up a home run, an average of 1 every 10 innings. That's not bad, right? 20 for a full season as a starter. 20 home runs, 200 innings. That's not bad.
But he's given up 2 and 4 innings today.
This year, it's a whole different story.
Now, there's no doubt for the A's, the double play. It's 1 out, top of the inning, and it could have been a bigger deficit than the 2 runs, and of course Willingham made it a 1-run deficit. Brett Anderson's a ground ball pitcher, and got the ground ball from the guy who been on base a couple of times in Elvis Andrus.
Yeah, you're worried about it being 4-1, 5-1, and instead now it's 3-2.
That's what the A's have done such a good job this year. Their pitching especially have avoided big innings. And a few times this year you've seen the A's come back after not giving up runs and score runs. Tyson Ross, 7 innings against the Angels Wednesday. Gio Gonzalez will finish the series, or at least 3rd game tomorrow afternoon.
Strike 3 call. Kuzmanov strikes out for the second time. The A's get a run on the Josh Willingham home run, his 4th of the year. So we're headed to the 5th inning. It's the Rangers 3 and the A's 2. Heart of the order for the Texas Rangers against Brett Anderson: Young, Beltre, and Cruz. Young and Beltre have done the damage against Anderson. Michael Young, a 2-run homer in the 3rd inning. He's behind in the count 0-2. His 1st of the year. He's now got a homer and 19 runs batted in. And the average at .343.
There's no doubt the best move the Rangers did in the offseason was not move Michael Young. Of course, he has a big contract. There's no doubt the club picking him up is going to have to absorb pretty good salary, but we're going to get a great player. There's your example right there of the way he can hit.
So Michael Young is 2 for 3. All right, here's our Subway Eat Fresh Ask Glenn and Ray question. You can log on to csncalifornia.com to post your question. Alex from Clayton asked, Ray, is your bobblehead giveaway in August? Is it of you as a player or of you as an announcer?
Yes.
And yes.
Might be the first combo, huh? What do you think?
I like it.
It is. It will be in the catcher's position holding the microphone. I've actually been a broadcaster longer than I was a player, so
it's a good idea.
Got to incorporate a little bit of it in it, but I guess it's in production.
Is it?
Yeah. Right. So the final color scheme. Steve Vucinich, of course, great clubhouse manager, equipment manager. Kind of signed off on the colors, make sure the uniform, everything was just right, the way it was in the 70s.
August 13th, and it'll be against these Texas Rangers.
Sponsored by?
By who?
Comcast Sportsnet California.
Will you sign one for me? Come on.
I don't know.
Come on, who's your friend? Who's your buddy?
Jack.
I'm going to make him come and ask you. 2-1 to Beltre.
My arm is so bad, I may have to catch the first pitch instead of throw it out. I don't know that I could throw out any pitch.
So it'll be the honorary first catch.
Yeah.
Beltre with a hit. So 7 hits now for the Rangers. Brett Anderson, he has had to work every inning.
Unfortunately, he got the ground ball. This one, he wanted contact and he wanted the ground ball. He got it, but unfortunately for him, he's back up the middle and no double play.
So Young with 2 hits, Beltre with 2 hits, and here's Nelson Cruz. Cruz goes after the first pitch, shoots it foul.
Yeah, I've been impressed with the Rangers just seeing them now in 2 games, but the patience for a team that hits a lot of home runs, usually they're going to be swinging quite a bit.
And they have struck out the fewest times in the American League. How about that? Left field, fair foul. And that is a fair ball, and that is a 3-run homer for Nelson Cruz. So just like that, it is 6-2. Looks like it may have went right over top the foul pole.
Well, if it stayed fair, which it did, there was going to be no doubt. They tried to go inside fastball, and Brett Anderson's control has not been what we have seen. And there's the power of the former Athletic, now in the Rangers uniform, and he crushed it.
So home run number 7 for Cruz, and RBIs 16, 17, and 18. Still nobody out here in the 5th. That one's hit well to right center. DeJesus is not going to get this one, and that's gone. That one just got over the wall. Napoli has homered.
Well, we talked about the jet stream in Arlington, Texas. He didn't need it today. As this ball jumped off his bat, hanging curveball, and Napoli with a powerful swing. We saw so many years with the Angels, and gone.
So 3 home runs hit by the Rangers today. A solo homer, a 2-run homer, and a 3-run homer.
And against a team that does not give up a lot of homers. And the pitcher had not given up any this year.
Now batting.
So David Murphy will hit.
David Murphy.
Breslow loosening up. First pitch to Murphy is low.
On April the 22nd of 2009, Brett Anderson at Yankee Stadium gave up 3. It's the only time in his career until today. And actually, his new teammate, Hideki Matsui, got it.
Button to first. Murphy's retired.
Now batting, number 8.
So 1 out for Yorvi Torrealba. Coming into the game today, the Rangers' 2nd most runs scored in the American League, behind the Cleveland Indians. Those red hot Indians will play tonight against the Tigers. Looking for their 5th win overall in a row and their 12th consecutive home win. Henderson knocks down the line drive and gets Torrealba. Anderson's okay, and that's 2 outs here in the 5th.
Always scary when a hard hit ball comes back up the middle to a pitcher, and frustrated Brett Anderson handled it nicely. Off his glove, missed it, calmly picked it up. Did trip over the mound and made a nice throw. Now did not jump up and grab him this time. Boy, he has to be frustrated though to pitch so well, and then today This tells you about a starting pitcher. You know, for a guy to have a great record, even win 20 today, you have to be pretty consistent. With a bad outing, you have to rebound.
So 4 runs for the Rangers. A couple of home runs, including Nelson Cruz's 3-run shot.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the Chevron Toy Car Challenge. 3 fans will have a chance to win one.
Show with Chris Townsend and the Bob Guerin Show. Following the broadcast team's postgame wrap-up, Townsend returns to host A's Talk. That's the Oakland A's, coming to you on Sports Radio 95.7 FM. In honor of the late, great Bill King, Holy Toledo. He said that a few times for Ricky Henderson.
Yes, he did. Great call, and Holy Toledo Bill King broadcast booth next to us.
Tough start for Brett Anderson. He's never really looked comfortable. Roach, Pennington, and DeJesus against Colby Lewis. Colby Lewis has given up 4 hits. 2 solo home runs. Suzuki and Willingham for the only 2 runs for the A's in the game. Popped up. Kinsler out. Still going out, and now coming in is the right fielder, Mitch Moreland, and Moreland makes the catch.
I guess if you give up a few home runs, as Colby Lewis has, and he has a team that can hit a few, then maybe it kind of averages out. Today it's worked out well for him, giving up 2 solos, and a 2 and a 3-run home run from his offense.
Lewis has settled down. He's retired 8 out of the last 9. The only hiccup in that stretch was the Willingham home run. Up to Elvis Andrus. Throws high. Young comes down in the bag. 2 outs. Well, introducing at CSN authentic in-game hashtags. Today we tip our cap to the greatest of all time, Ricky Henderson. Post your comments on today's game and use the hashtag Man of Steel. We'll be retweeting the top comments, and you could win an authentic A's prize. Play along with @CSN Authentic in-game hashtags Man of Steel.
Well, they have to have Ozzy get that so he can tweet it.
Ozzy's out of commission for a couple games. Murphy back, and that's going to be over his head. DeJesus is going to have a 2-out double. Nice to see David DeJesus get hot. That's his 3rd double of the year.
Nice swing. Excellent carry on a ball over the head of Murphy in center field. Bourbon, who was there last night, had a ball drop in front of him and one over his head. Of course, he dropped, but this one no chance. Threw up his glove just in case the ball might find it off the Comcast Sportsnet California side. And we know that's at least a double.
So here's Barton. Four doubles last night for the A's. Barton, a bouncer back to the mound and a pop out to third.
He got a strike.
He did?
Yep. Check swing. Tell by the crowd.
That one on the outside corner, so it's a quick 0-2 to Derek Barton. Left field hit pretty well. Cruz gets back, still going back, fighting the sun, and he reaches up and he makes the catch. Side retired. A double and a runner stranded for the A's. We're headed to the 6th, 7-2 Rangers.
Wednesdays are back every Wednesday this season. You can get a Plaza Level, Plaza Outfield, or a Plaza Reserve ticket for just $2. Take advantage of the special offer during some of the biggest matchups of the year. For the Rangers, Yankees, and more, get tickets for all bar $2 Wednesdays at the Coliseum box office by phone at 877-493-BALL. And to order online, visit OaklandAthletics.com. Next week, Cleveland Indians in town. That is a Wednesday.
When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up, your oil change, tune-up, and smog experts. Craig Breslow comes in. Breslow faces the top of the order. What was the final pitch count for Anderson?
90. 95 innings.
So the ERA is going to take a beating today for Brett Anderson. Kinsler, Anderson, Young. Kinsler 1 for 3. He had a base hit in the 4th inning. 9 hits for the Rangers. It's funny, last night the Rangers had 11 hits, all singles, and only scored 1 run.
Waited all night for the big hit, never came.
Today, 3 home runs. Yankees leading the Blue Jays 5-2. That game in the 4th inning. Drabek and Burnett, the 2 starting pitchers.
A.J. Burnett has rebounded this year.
Yeah, better. 3-1 start. And they need him to rebound.
Especially with Phil Hughes. Who knows what's going to be the result of him coming back, and possibility, but I guess he's got some serious issues health-wise.
Mariners will be in Boston again tonight. Seattle has won 4 in a row. It'll be Pfister and Lackey, the matchup there. So the Mariners playing much better baseball. They're 12-15. How pleased you think Seattle would be to get to the 500 mark? Tigers and the Indians. Talked about the home winning streak, which is at 11 for Cleveland. Alex White will start for the Indians tonight. White was a #1 draft pick just a couple of years ago. So I think that's his major league debut tonight. Alex White. Two and 2 to Kinsler. On the right field line, Barton into foul territory, and Barton's got it, 1 out. So that'll bring up Elvis Andrus.
Now batting, #1, Elvis Andrus.
Andrus has had a good afternoon. A walk and a run scored in the 1st, a single and a run scored in the 3rd, and then he hit into the double play in the 4th. Seems like Elvis Andrus has been around for 4 or 5 years, but it's just his 3rd year, and he's only 22 years old. We'll see a lot of him as the years go on in the same division.
A type of player that no doubt the Rangers will be wanting to lock up long term. And
now batting, #10,
see,
Michael Young.
It's the free agency and all of the other good things that happen. I think he's still on a 1 year right now.
Yeah,
right?
he's got. This is his 3rd full year.
That's the magical year.
Yeah. Michael Young is 2 for 3. Scored twice, 2-run homer. And the average continues to climb, 349. He's 4 for 8 in this series. Talked about Young. Washington going to play him all over on the infield, and obviously he's going to DH a lot. But he has not played 3rd base yet this year and has not played shortstop. Lions out, 3 up, 3 down inning for Craig Breslow. Bottom of the 6th coming up. It'll be Jackson, Willingham, and Matsui. Coors Light Freeze Cam is brought to you by Frostproof Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer. A great look at the Ricky Henderson bobblehead. That was the giveaway today. Nice crowd, 27,285. Not too shabby, 27,285. Seven to 2, the Rangers lead as we have hit the bottom of the 6th inning. So Jackson, Willingham, and Matsui 3, 4, and 5 in the A's order. Colby Lewis has a pretty nice job settling down. A lot of pitches early. That was number 77 in the game. Jackson to right field. Mitch Moreland trots in, and that is out number 1.
No doubt Colby Lewis has a couple of strikeouts today, but he's a contact pitcher. And if he makes his pitches, and he has an assortment for quality pitches, and he might be up in the zone a little bit, but if that is the case, he might get hit. But pretty good defense behind it. Put the ball in play. Chance to get out.
So here's Willingham, who homered in the 4th. Willingham goes after the first pitch. He hits a fly ball. And again, it's going to be Moreland. Shallow right center. So quick 2 outs. A's Baseball and Comcast Sportsnet California is brought to you by Jack in the Box. Right now at Jack in the Box, get the new bourbon barbecue steak grilled sandwich. It's at participating restaurants. Now Colby Lewis is looking at a real quick inning. Matsui, a pop out to short and a ground out to second. So Matsui is now hitting .236 on the year. There's a liner, and that's fair. Moreland cuts it off, and Matsui will have a long single.
Maybe thinking about going for 2, especially with 2 outs, but Moreland did get to the ball quickly. But a good swing by Matsui. And when he left the box, double was on his mind, but after Young and Matsui talking, and the always gracious Matsui, very nice gentleman. You can see he can make a good first baseman just because he's so personable, you know.
He is a nice guy.
But you'd have to have Roger next to him to translate, maybe.
That's true. Roger would have to be in full uniform.
But after the interview we did with Matsui, I understand you understand Japanese. Because
you jumped the gun a little bit.
Well, thank you. Well, wait a minute. Roger hasn't translated yet.
I wish I could say that I totally understood what he was saying, but I can't even use that excuse.
Roger Callen is an interpreter, and he is there. But you learn Ohio, konnichiwa.
Yeah.
That's it. Good morning, good afternoon.
Yeah.
Tsukiji Yabu always said Ohio. I said, what are you talking about? Found out that's good morning.
Good morning.
But we were in California.
Andrus to Kinsler. Suzuki's retired, and so are the A's in the 6th. 7th inning coming up, 7-2 Texas. NBC 11 at noon for Game 2. The Sharks and the Red Wings in round 2 of the playoffs. Sharks lead the best-of-7 series 1-game-to-0. And on Wednesday, the Sharks are back on Comcast Sportsnet California for Game 3 in Detroit. Coverage begins on Wednesday at 4:30 with Sharks pregame live. So, tomorrow on NBC at 11, and then Wednesday, 4:30, right back here at Comcast Sportsnet California. Sharks again leading that series 1-0 overtime win. Top of the 7th from the Overstock.com Coliseum. 7-2. The Rangers leading the A's. The long ball has been the story in this game. 3 home runs by Texas. 2 home runs by the Athletics. So when it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up. Your oil change, tune-up, and smog experts. Michael Wirtz comes in. So Craig Breslow with a 1-2-3 6th inning, and now Wirtz takes over here in the 7th. Beltre taps one. It's fair down the line. Kuzmanov throws. Dugout by Bart. A nice play all around. So Beltre is retired.
Kuz does this as well as anyone. Glove transfer, quick throw, and especially of Derek Barton, who's adept at handling the low throws at first base.
So that'll bring up Nelson Cruz. Swing and a miss by Cruz, who hit a 3-run homer in the 5th inning right down the left field line. Check swing foul. Couple finals in the National League. The Cardinals beat the Braves 3-2. Second game in a row that Cardinals have defeated Atlanta. And Roy Halladay with a complete game. The Phillies beat the Mets 2-1 in Philadelphia. More action for Kuzmanov. Juggle, but he stays with it. So does Barton. And that's 2 outs. So today, Ray, where the Giants put Pablo Sandoval on the disabled list, a broken bone in his hand.
Emmett bone.
Yeah, so he's going to be out for a while.
A bone that's not needed, and it breaks, and you're on the DL for a while.
That doesn't seem right, does it?
Something about the bat digging into the area, just in the hand area, at the lower part of the hand, of the wrist.
So you don't have to get hit by a pitch or something happen for you to break this bone.
No. Just, I think there's a little hook in there that once it breaks, then they take it out, and you just have to go through the process of letting everything heal.
He was one of the guys hitting, and there wasn't a lot. Giants really struggled offensively, so they will miss him.
Well, the real problem for him is this off time, gaining weight, because he lost all the weight in the offseason. Now he's got downtime. Of course, it's a great opportunity to stay in shape because it's a hand injury.
And he knows the Fresno address, and I don't think he wants to go there. 3 up, 3 down inning for Wirtz. 7th inning stretch coming up. a lot of work to do. And still 3 innings to see if they can get back in the game against Colby Lewis.
Living the life, isn't he?
Yeah. 84 pitches through 6 innings. First pitch breaking ball popped up foul territory. Young over, and it's into the seats.
Well, Lewis, he's getting a lot of early swings from the A's.
And on breaking balls, too. But Colby Lewis, I mean, in his year last year, he struck out 196 guys. That's a lot. Anytime you get anywhere near 200 strikeouts in a season, and he did that in 201 innings. And just remembering all the starts he made against the A's, he did throw a lot of breaking balls.
Yep. And so the slider that Suzuki hit for a home run early has become a very good pitch for him. His home run was in the 2nd inning, a hanging slider in 2-2. But now it has that sharp tilt, sharp bite to it, and hitters cannot get a very good pass and make solid contact.
Swing and a miss by Kuzminov, and for the 3rd time, Kuzminov has struck out. So the struggles continue for the A's third baseman.
You know, the cutting action on it after
Now batting
2 sliders.
21, Andy LaRoche.
A few more fastballs this year, a few more curves. But the changeup, how about that? LaRoche with a base hit in the 2nd inning. He also hit a fly ball to right field in the 5th. Swings at that high pitch, pops it up. Kinsler with the glove up, and he's got it. So 2 outs here in the 7th inning. Ace Baseball on Comcast Sportsnet California is brought to you by Cache Creek Casino Resort. Cache Creek's showers of cash. Win $500 cash every hour from 2 p.m. till midnight. Visit cachecreek.com for details. So Pennington will hit with 2 outs. Pennington 0 for 2. He's with 6 hits in the game against Lewis. Pennington is 1 for 6 so far in this series.
You get a fastball, can't lay off, and it's out of the strike zone.
That's how Lewis got LaRoche. So 1-2. Pennington behind in the count. Got him swinging. So a couple of strikeouts for Colby Lewis, and he is locked in late. 8th inning coming up, 7-2.
Call 877-493-BALL or go to oaklandathletics.com/tickets.
Top of the 8th inning from the Coliseum. Murphy, Torrealba, and Moreland. The Rangers leading 7-2 as the 8th inning. Going to their bullpen. And they brought in the lefty, David Percy.
Michael Wirtz following Craig Breslow. Perfect in his appearance. As a matter of fact, 3 ground ball outs for Michael Wirtz, which is always good to see.
When it's time for change, think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up. Your oil change and tune-up will spawn experts. So Percy, the overall numbers, his 3 appearances with the A's, he's been unscored upon in 4 1/3 innings. Murphy hitless on the afternoon. Bounces this one right up the middle, over the bag, and into center field. Leadoff hit.
You know, one thing David Percy's talked about how much Ron Romanek has helped him, and it's positioning himself on the pitching slab. And Ron moved him to the third base side, and you'll see as he sets up with those big feet, size 17 in 16 shoes. He's getting there, though. He's ordered it. But it's helped him, especially inside and just pitching in general when he tries to throw to the corners. But that's just one simple thing as Ron Romanek individualizes his pitchers. And in the case of Percy, when he came from Toronto, he'd given up several runs there since joining the A's, and that one slight change has really helped him. And just as much the confidence of getting pitches where he wants to throw them. I keep asking him every day, your shoes arrived? He said, no, they're ordered. Well, you don't just go to the store and buy 17s and green and gold.
It takes a while to make them.
Yeah. But he is wearing a size 16. And, anybody that you put on a size shoes that's a little bit small, there's nothing you can do. And they don't expand. I mean, they're pretty much locked in at that size.
Poor guy's miserable.
It has to be. I'm telling him that back a few years we had shoes that actually you ordered a couple sizes smaller because they form fit to your foot. A material that's no longer used.
That's right.
But it's totally different now. He said, I'd love to have a pair of those.
Percy grabs the line drive, and Torrealba's out. Murphy scrambles back.
Great follow through, and that's what you have to do or want to do as a pitcher. Follow through to where you can handle a pitch, especially if it's coming at your head. A line drive, and the tall David Percy handled it perfectly. That's another base hit up the middle, but Rob Torrealba with sticking the glove up, looking to first base, see if he could get a double play. But he's handled the nickname quite nicely.
That one's hit pretty well to the left, but Willingham gets back. Turns around, settles underneath it, and that's 2 outs. So Kinsler will hit for the 5th time.
Ian Kinsler.
One for 4 for Kinsler today. 2 for 9 in the series. It's a strike. Willingham racing back, and that's going to be over his head, off the wall. Takes a big hop. Murphy rounding third. He will score with a slide, and Kinsler doubles home a run to make it 8-2. RBI number 12 for Kinsler.
Well, he always swings hard, and this time made solid contact. A couple of hits today for the Rangers leadoff hitter, and he's got that lift. Watch the hips open, and the bat head just dropped down and That's why he's a home run hitter leading off. He has 5. This one off the wall and bounced straight up, and that helped Murphy, of course, for 2 outs on the move immediately. Ball bounces up and always enables the runner to score.
This Henderson foul tip. So 11 hits now for Texas. A couple in this inning. They have been retired in order twice, in the 6th and in the 7th, and that was by Breslow and Wirtz. Henderson 1 for 3. Couple of runs scored for young shortstop. Last year we saw Anderson in that leadoff spot a lot. Way outside, Suzuki has to get up out of his crouch. So 11 hits last night, 11 hits today for Texas. Swing and a miss. Downward movement by Percy. Kinsler with the RBI double for the Rangers' 8th run. Got a pitching matchup tomorrow afternoon here, another day game. Gio Gonzalez, Matt Harrison. So it'll be a pair of lefties tomorrow. Gio 2-2, Harrison 3-2.
You see another lefty on Monday?
Derek Holland.
Yeah, 3 lefties in the series. The A's will see.
Good fastball there. Anders strikes outside, retired, a run on 2 hits. Bottom of the 8th. Coming up, the Rangers lead the A's 8-2. Dealers, 3 home runs by the Texas Rangers. Young, a 2-run homer. Cruz, a 3-run homer. And then Napoli goes back-to-back with Cruz. Solo shot. So 3 home runs by the Rangers, 2 home runs by the A's in the afternoon. 8-11-0 for Texas, 2-6-0 for the Athletics. Kobe Lewis, 7 innings, and he is back out there for the bottom of the 8th. So Lewis looking for his 2nd win of the year. He's at 93 pitches through 7 innings. Lewis, season high as far as innings pitched so far. DeJesus with a double in the 5th. Getting out of that leadoff spot this afternoon. Breaking ball, and it's 1-1. Outfield changes. Murphy now is in left field. Bourbon is the new guy in the game. He's in center. Cruz goes to right. So Murphy in left, Bourbon in center, Cruz in right. Our old friend Brett Topko is throwing out in the Rangers bullpen. Jerry Blevins is in the A's bullpen. There's Tomko.
Good to see any pitcher come back. As I mentioned last night how he's come back from an injury sustained with the A's in 2009. Last game he pitched his 100th win, complete game against the Rangers in Arlington, and had to shut it down last year. Didn't know if he could come back or not.
Leadoff walk to David DeJesus. Well, that's the first walk issued by Colby Lewis on the afternoon. Mike Maddox will trot out, make sure his starter's okay. Yankees still leading the Blue Jays 5-4 now. That game in the 6th inning. And the Rays beat the Angels 2-1. Angels had a 1-0 lead. Take that back. The Rays had a 1-0 lead going to the 9th inning, but Angels tied it. Then the Rays won it on a wild pitch with 2 outs in the bottom of the 10th inning. 2-1 the final.
Who was the pitcher that threw the wild pitch?
It was Fernando Rodney.
Oh.
So the Rays have won 6 out of their last 7.
But the Angels are out on the veranda right now.
That's right, B. And you may be there too.
Always think about the veranda at the Vinoy.
It's nothing better. If I'm not going to be home, I want to be on the veranda. Pop foul. Beltre is going to head over, and he's going to have room, and he makes the catch. So Derek Barton fouls out. Barton 0 for 4.
And no score changes today.
Nope.
Number 7, David Murphy, is playing left field. And entering the game and batting in the 9th position and playing center field.
So Connor Jackson will hit.
Now batting right fielder, number 28, Connor Jackson.
Jackson with a base hit and a stolen base in the 1st. Ground out in the 3rd and a fly ball to right field in the 6th. Connor Jackson certainly getting a chance to play. This is the 12th time he's been in the starting lineup. And this is for the A's game number 27. You know what, Ray? I think that was really part of the A's plan all along. I think they really wanted to get Connor Jackson as many at-bats as they could this year.
Well, especially since he's healthy.
Yeah, that's right.
They knew when they traded for him last year that he was not the Connor Jackson they had hoped he would be, and that was because of injuries and it's the, what was it called? Something to do with the Arizona.
Oh yeah, the Valley Fever.
Valley Fever, yeah.
Which
Valley
is
Fever, Took forever to get up.
You say Valley Fever, you're not quite sure what it is.
Yeah.
Connor Jackson will tell you.
Well, we do know this for sure, that Chevy's giving you more value this season with Chevy Free Parking Tuesdays. Every Tuesday home game starting in May, with the exception of premium and dual events, will save $17 on parking courtesy of Chevy. See your Northern California Chevy dealer for a great selection of Chevy cars, trucks, and crossovers. For more information, visit oaklandathletics.com/Tuesday. That much we know. Don't know what Valley Fever is. Do know that Chevy Free Parking Tuesdays.
Good curveball to call the ball to Willingham.
Let's see. I guess Tuesday night against Cleveland. That's not a premium game. It's not a dual event, so we probably will have free parking. Chevy paying for it Tuesday nights against the Cleveland Indians, first place in the Central Division.
Bart on Wednesday.
Hot dogs on Thursday.
Yeah.
BI, all three. Still doing the hot dogs Thursday?
Oh, yeah.
That's a radio only game, too, right?
Thursday it is, yeah. Hayes will get on the plane after the day game on Thursday and go to Kansas City. I like Kansas City. No, you don't like it? I like the ballpark.
No, I like it, but I don't want those things that have been coming through with about 200 mile an hour winds.
Well, that's true.
One hit the airport in St. Louis, which you know is just east of St. Louis, Kansas City, on the I-70. So don't even want to think about that.
No, I'm not going to think about it. Willingham swings and misses, so a couple of strikeouts. Colby Lewis, very strong through 8 innings. 9th inning coming up. We've reached the 9th inning, and the Rangers with an 8-2 lead. Michael Young goes after the first pitch, and he grounds out to short. And the first pitch came from Jerry Blevins. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Tune Up your oil change, tune up and smog expert. So Blevins comes over, takes over, I should say, for Percy. So 4th reliever. So Bob Guerin figured, hey, let's get our guys an inning of work. So Breslow with an inning, Wirtz an inning, Percy an inning, and now Blevins here in the 9th. First pitch strike to Adrian Beltre. Blevins last pitched on Tuesday in Los Angeles. Gave up a couple of hits, a walk, and a run in 1 inning against the Angels. Tomko continues to throw, so looks like we may see Tomko in the 9th inning. More action for Pennington. Charge this one, throws in the dirt, and throws it past Barton. And Beltre is going to go to second. So it's going to be an error on Cliff Pennington.
Cliff usually gets a lot on the throw when he is charging. He made a very nice scoop. He had to make that play, but then just threw a sinker into the ground. There's the good part. And then when he threw it, just could not get enough on the throw. And Bart trying to backhand, lift his glove and scoop. But unlike last night when Moreland tried to make a similar scoop, the ball got by him. The A's scored an unearned run. It's the time to block this time. It's hard for the catcher to back up first at the Coliseum. So much foul territory. You're just running forever. And you figure if there's an overthrow, catcher be there to. There's no way. You're trying to prevent it from going to third. Definitely going to get second.
And just what you want to do, right? In the top of the 9th inning, just run down.
Keep running.
Shin guards getting a little heavy, probably.
Old Tiger Stadium was also tough.
Was it really?
Yeah, a lot of foul territory. You're running forever. You know, the key is to have the angle when you're backing up first. And, you know, there's so many smaller foul territory stadiums now that you don't really have to run that far because the ball's going to bounce, stay close, and a lot of times the first baseman can retrieve it.
Cruz strikes out. So even though Tiger Stadium, very intimate ballpark. I mean, I was there as a kid, but it had a lot of foul territory.
A lot of foul territory. Good block by Kurt Suzuki on the swing and a miss by Cruz. So Cruz just one big hit today, and it was huge. A 3-run home run. Otherwise, an offer. But you know, the one time you don't back up, guess what happens?
Of course.
Never fails. So that's why you're always taught as a catcher to always back up first base at the appropriate time. There's times you can't do it. Runner and base, of course.
Napoli steps in. Napoli's had a good afternoon. Had a solo home run in the 5th inning, but he walked in the 2nd, walked again in the 3rd, and then grounded out in the 7th. So he's been on base 3 times. His home run back-to-back with Cruz. Napoli went to right center, and you said it, that's where he's got big-time power. 6 home runs already this year.
Well, a nice right-handed bat for the Rangers to pick up. And they got him from the Blue Jays via the Angels. And he can catch, play first, he can DH. Today, he's DHing with Michael Young at first.
Well, he did not buy a home in Toronto. He was there for 4 days. January 25, got traded to Toronto. 4 days later, he was traded.
Well, he also didn't buy any heavy clothes for the cold weather in Toronto.
Yeah, I bet he was all right with getting,
getting
that trade.
Yeah, another thing is probably okay with going in and out of Canada.
There you go. He walks here in the 9th inning.
Now batting, number 7, David.
That's the first walk by an A's reliever. But Brett Anderson walked 4. So 2 on, 2 out. Murphy's the hitter, and he takes way outside. Murphy's 1 for 4. Singleton scored in the 8th inning. He takes a fastball for a strike. breaking ball. He swings through it 1-2. Well, Murphy's going to get a lot of playing time with Josh Hamilton on the disabled list. I've said it many times, Ray. It's not a bad guy to have fill in. Murphy's a pretty good hitter.
Well, it didn't hurt also today that he started in center.
Does a good job at all three.
That's with the left-handed hitting Bourbon, and of course Murphy also a left-handed hitter, and Anderson starting today for the A's.
Hits that one hard. LaRoche dives for it, knocks it down, and everybody's going to be safe. It's going to be a hit for Murphy. So the bases are loaded.
Well, sometimes you dive, other times just reach down. Looked like this time, and he had a chance to just reach down and catch the ball. Went into the semi-dive slide, and then going down to the ground was not able to corral the ball. Then you take the correct angle going after the ball, just reach down, catch it, make the throw, out of the inning.
So Torrealba hits. Strike to Torrealba, who's 1 for 3 with a single and a walk. His last at bat, he had a line drive right back to the pitcher. It was in the 8th inning. Percy grabbed it. Now the count 0-2. Torrealba probably thinking, hey, 8-2. Chance for a couple RBIs here. Jerry Blevins is thinking, don't touch my ERA. That one shot fair. Just inside the bag. 1 run scores. 2 runs are going to score, and they'll hold Murphy at third. So Torrealba, an opposite field double, and it knocks home a pair. It's 10-2.
Well, the Rangers scored the 2 runs. Not going to affect the ERA because the error with Beltre makes them unearned. Curveball, late swing, just inside the line. And Torrealba does get the couple of runs batted in. See that hesitation in the swing and with the breaking ball. So Beltre on the infield ground ball, the air, and then a walk to Napoli. Infield hit. 2-run double.
Neil Bourbon hits for the first time. So Torrealba gets RBIs 6 and 7 on the year. Bourbon came in the game for defense. Gets a chance to hit here in the ninth. And he's going to have a base hit. 1 run will score. Now the ball gets kicked around by Willingham, but Torrealba was being stopped at third anyways. So it's now 11-2. Give Bourbon an RBI single. Pennington timed his leap. He just could not quite get up there. And
now batting, number 5.
The old soft serve into the outfield. What you think about that good ice cream, doesn't it? Soft serve.
Yep.
A little chocolate on top of it.
Yep.
Dibs.
Right about now.
The dibs that were brought up before the game, they're soft-centered right now.
Yeah, I don't know that we're going to be able to get to those.
Well, BI was going to take all of it.
Kinsler goes after the first pitch. Jackson, and he's got it. Side retired. 3 runs for the Rangers. So bottom of the ninth coming up. 11-2 Texas.
A moment kids will never forget.
All Rangers this afternoon. They lead 11-2 in Game 2 of this 4-game series. A's post-game live coming up right after the ball game comes to an end. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up your oil change, tune-up and smog experts. The veteran Brett Tomko comes in for his 3rd appearance this year. So Tomko now 37 years old. And he'll face Hideki Matsui. First pitch down around the knees for a strike. Matsui, Suzuki, and Kuzminov. Quick 0-2. Good performance today by Colby Lewis. He goes 8 innings. Gives up just the 2 solo home runs. And on an 0-2 pitch, Matsui waves at it. And he is 1 for 4 after that strikeout. 1 out here in the ninth. Colby Lewis did not look sharp early on, but as the game continued on, he did sharpen up. And he's in line to get his 2nd win of the year.
Well, he throws strikes, and we've talked about the A's pitchers, in particular Brandon McCarthy, former Ranger, now with the Athletics, and how much he throws strikes. And the thing about Colby Lewis today seemed to adjust after leaving some pitches up early that resulted in home runs. Started to get the ball down and became a much better pitcher to go 8 strong innings.
Brett Anderson, on the other hand, 7 earned runs in 5 innings today. You do not see a line like that from Brett Anderson very often. Kinsler fighting the sun. He's got it. So 2 outs here in the bottom of the ninth.
Time now for the Fremont Bank plays of the game. We talked about the 2 home runs. This was a high slider thrown by Colby Lewis. Craig Suzuki, his 2nd of the season, tied the game. And then Josh Willingham, we got an inside fastball up a little bit. He pulled it into the seats, his 4th. That made it a 3-2 game, and then unfortunately at that point, the Rangers opened up a 3-run home run solo. After that, back-to-back, and 3 more in the 9th inning. All those runs were, by the way, unearned against Jerry Blevins. Still runs there.
Pinch hitter Ryan Sweeney will hit for Kuzminov. Kuzminov struck out swinging 3 times in the game. So Sweeney hits here in the 9th with 2 outs. Sweeney 6 hits in 27 at-bats so far this year. Brett Tomko with the A's 09. He pitched very well. Made 6 starts, was 4-1 with a 2.95 ERA. I remember you and I think he's pitching good.
We didn't know when he was winning his 100th game with a complete game.
A serious injury.
Yeah, his arm was going. No surgery. I thought he had surgery. We saw him yesterday. He would say no surgery, just rest and rehab. Said it took a while for, as he pointed to his right arm, for all the strength to get back into his hand.
Wow.
And he said it was like
nerves, wasn't it?
Nerves, right. Like it was something like an inch every so often, and it just took forever.
Wow.
And finally got it back. And he's throwing quite well right now. So what a comeback.
And he's helping out a bullpen that is a little bit beat up right now. So he could be an important part of the Rangers staff. Who knows?
The last game in 09 that he did pitch before he went on the DL was the win in Texas. And to revisit that mound this year with the Rangers had to be a little bit daunting for him. But from a pitcher standpoint, you have surgery or on the disabled list. Andrew Bailey going through it now a little bit.
Murphy's back. He's near the wall, and it is off the top of the wall. Murphy gets it in quickly. LaRoche with a double. Almost pumped one out of here. Mike Maddox is going to come out.
2 quick outs and then a walk, and this swing by Andy LaRoche's second hit. Off the out-of-town scoreboard, it drops down a little bit right there below.
Oh, man.
It's a home run, isn't it? It is a home run. Hey, let's have a review. Come on, throw the red flag. Guess still got time.
Hits the yellow line, it's out.
That's home run. Somebody yelled down to Bob Barron to go ask the umpires.
Number 2,
Yeah,
No, it's got to go above the yellow line. Yeah.
still worth a review. Slow down the game a little bit.
It's got to go above the yellow line. First pitch, a little bit outside to Pennington. Pennington is 0 for 3. Foul.
Ricky Henderson was talking about when we top half the first inning. Oh, here we go. That's above. Oh, that's above. Big camera right there. It just hits the yellow line just to go above it. Like you're talking about when it became such a great base stealer, the pitchers would always pitch out of stretch. Here's Topko with the runner third. Of course, a big lead. He's not concerned, but on the windup, as with the speed, especially Rod Carew, to take off as soon as he went into the windup, walking down the line. That was exciting to watch.
Well, you knew something was going to happen.
And they show that highlight of Jackie Robinson stealing, I think with Yogi Berra, putting the tag down and jumping up, thought he tagged him out.
Two pitch to Pennington in the dirt, walked by Torriello. So now it's a full count. Sweeney walked with 2 outs. He's at third. LaRoche with the double. So again, make sure you join us tomorrow. A's pregame live at 12:30, and then our coverage of the ball game at 1 o'clock. Gonzalez and Harrison. Quick look at Sweeney at third, and another 3-2 pitch, and he walked it. So the bases are loaded. And David DeJesus is going to hit.
Now batting, center fielder.
Right now the A's looking at 2 slams, and they win 12-11.
Hey, after the Twins game last year, I'm never going to argue with you. Was it 2 years, 13-2, or 2 years ago? 11-2, 13-2, 12-2, something. And you called.
That was early.
You say we had a little more time in that. This one's popped up center of the diamond. Andrus, the shortstop, now drifting towards second base, and he's got it, and that's the ball game. So DeJesus pops out. The A's do not score in game 2 of this 4-game series. Goes to the Texas Rangers. They get a very fine pitching performance from that man, Colby Lewis, who gets his 2nd win of the year. Brett Anderson takes the loss. He is now at 2-2. Final score this afternoon: the Rangers 11 and the Athletics 2. Don't go away. A's post-game live with Henry Wolford and Fernando Vina starts right now.